COSATU has ditched the planned meeting with ANC's top six structure. ANC top six were to meet with COSATU's executives today regarding Federation's ban on President Jacob Zuma and demanding his resignation from office. Meanwhile, ANC says the meeting has been postponed as most of the COSATU members are not in the country. ANC called the talks to have COSATU explain their public stance on President Jacob Zuma, from demanding his resignation to barring him from their Federation events. Yesterday's ANC top structure met to prepare for this meeting with a tripartite alliance member.
Yesterday, the top six of the ANC met. It was not an emergency meeting. It was a meeting to prepare for a bilateral. You remember that a week ago, we postponed the meeting of a political council. Our view as the ANC was that perhaps before we meet in a meeting of all of us, let's meet with independent and individual alliance partners, given the issues that they have raised in public, including COSATU. The meeting was scheduled for today on a bilateral between the ANC and COSATU. At the request of COSATU, that meeting has been postponed because a number of COSATU officials are not in the country, and therefore they have requested that they would want all of them to be present when that meeting takes place. We have agreed to that postponement of the meeting. So the meeting was scheduled to be today. At the request of COSATU, that meeting has been postponed because some of their officials are not available.
What we have requested is that this meeting be postponed because when we came out of the Central Committee, our understanding was that we were going to go into an Alliance Political Council meeting. So the only dates that were left free or that were available were those dates for the Alliance Political Council meeting. When we got correspondence from the ANC that they were requesting a bilateral before that, we were in no position to really accommodate them today because of the prior commitments that we had already made as a federation. We are hoping that the ANC, if they still want the bilateral to sit, they will give us a new date, maybe for some time next week, because our priority is that we should have the Alliance Political Council meeting, but they seem to feel that a bilateral is necessary before that meeting. So we'll honor that bilateral as soon as they give us a date. But for us, our priority is that we want the Alliance to sit and discuss issues facing the Alliance.
In these meetings, I think the agenda was, will you release President Jacob Zuma? And the members of the top six have been very vocal that that will not be discussed. These meetings become null and void if COSATU is going to beg or try and squeeze the ANC into a corner to oust President Jacob Zuma. If the agenda is that, then we should not have a meeting because it will be futile.
And for now, let's take a look at the blow after blow to the alliance. COSATU prematurely announces Deputy President Ramaphosa as his choice to replace President Jacob Zuma. The SACP demanded President Zuma's resignation in public meetings. The SACP broke the trust relationship by openly disclosing consultations with the President over cabinet reshuffle. Two COSATU affiliates, SNUM and CWU, asked COSATU to not invite President Jacob Zuma for the May 1st rally. President Jacob Zuma was booed at COSATU's Workers' Day in Bloemfontein. Other ANC leaders like Baleka and Duarte booed too. COSATU CSC passed a resolution to ban President Jacob Zuma from all the events and invite Deputy President Ramaphosa instead.